Was having Jax here so difficult for you?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Well, yes. Seeing him brought up memories of our marriage ending, the time I missed with Spencer. There's so many things I wish I could have done differently.
All we can do is make the most of what we have now.
Well, go ahead, Sonny. Call me a liar. Say that you never put a bullet in a gun and then spun the chamber, and then say you never put it into my chest and then you pulled the trigger. And then say that you never promised to do it again.
My only regret is that the chamber was empty.
Hey, you don't have to be Mr. Macho Man. I'm fine.
You're not. You're upset and you're emotional, and thanks to Coleman, you're drunk.
Stop it! Get off of his case, okay? It's his job to serve me.
Well, it's my job to take you home. Let's go.
And I thought I told you. You don't want to make this a fight, man.
No, he doesn't. Patrick is a surgeon. He wants to take care of his hands.
Well, that's good policy. Stick to it, dude, because I'm not gonna stand still and let any lady...
I'm trying to get her home so she doesn't pass out drunk thanks to those shots.
And I thought I told you!
Patrick! Patrick!
Mine, man. You are mine.
Damn it! How was this for me? Just, you know what, Coleman? Back off. All right?
By now, Morgan is searching for Spinelli. Given his resources, I'm sure he'll find him. So you find Spinelli before he does, and you take Morgan out.
Surprise.
Here you go, officer.
I need to run a check on this.
No,
We
don't.
have to get out of here before he arrests us both.
Don't.
Okay, the cop is checking your ID. You are wanted for helping Sam escape and God knows what else.
Stay calm.
No, I cannot stay calm. You are going to get arrested, and I'm going to get arrested for being your accomplice. I knew that this was a bad idea.
Stay calm.
Thank you, Mr. Randall. And as for you, young lady, this time I'm going to let you off with a warning. But from now on, drive the limit.
Yes, sir. Mr. Randall? Why didn't you tell me that you had a fake ID?
I'm driving.
So I've been looking forward to you moving in all day.
Well, my room's lovely, as is the adjoining nursery. You've really outdone yourself, haven't you, Lorenzo?
Well, I hope you like the nanny I picked out. Her credentials are impeccable.
You've really thought of everything, haven't you?
If there's anything I've overlooked, just say the word.
Why do I feel like I'm in a well-appointed prison? Seems a little familiar. Oh, yes, that's because I'm reading Lila, Beauty and the Beast.
I want you to be glad you decided to do this, Sky.
I agree that Lila Ray and I'd move in here if you promised no harm would come to Lulu Spencer.
And it won't. Lulu is safe.
I hope you're right. But if you don't keep your word, your daughter and I'll be out of this house and your life forever.
Stand aside, young man.
You lost your mind. You and Lila's namesake are not living in the same house as this gangster. You're going to go home with me.
You really busted up my shin.
Stop whining.
I was only trying to help you.
Fine, if you want to help, then go get Patrick some ice for his hand.
He can get his own ice.
Go. Go.
Coleman, if you broke my hand, I swear to God.
If I broke it,
You mean when my chin hit your hand?
Okay. Just get the ice, please. Okay.
Well, that depends.
On what?
If we're still arguing about whether you're too perfect or not perfect enough.
Okay, well, I'm worried about your hand. We need to go get it checked out right now.
Hey.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a beautiful son who you wouldn't trade for anything.
I know.
Yeah, and we have a second chance to be together. So there's no point in dwelling on what is thankfully in the past.
But I failed you.
Maybe you needed to. Maybe we both had to let go. I mean, really let go to find our way back. If it took us being with other people to get to where we are now, then it was worth it. Because now you have a beautiful son, and we're finally free to love each other again.
Spencer?
Yeah?
Is now going to be playing Baby Jesus in this year's Christmas pageant. And thank you, Jax. Thank you for talking Nicholas into that.
Well, you know what? You're right. Spencer's absolutely perfect for it.
Okay, congratulations. But it's late. Go upstairs, you two, and put on pajamas, okay?
Okay. But this is going to be an awesome Christmas pageant year.
Great.
Come on.
Night.
Go.
Come on.
Wow.
Kids are really excited about this.
And you're their hero. Isn't that exactly what you wanted?
Yeah. Michael's starting to see me as his ally instead of the bad guy, which is good.
Oh, you're the great, almost stepfather that talks someone into letting them use their child in an outdoor Christmas pageant.
Wait a minute. It's outside?
You didn't tell Nicholas?
Well, no, Michael didn't mention it to me.
Well, it's no big deal. They put a snowsuit underneath the swaddle blanket. He'll be fine.
Yeah, but I should probably still warn Nicholas, you know. Oh, you know, maybe you could talk to him.
It was hard seeing Nicholas with Spencer, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Nicholas is he's a good father, you know. You know, what happened was for the best.
I'm sure that you couldn't help thinking about what might have been.
You know what? Actually, I was thinking about how far I've come since then. I was thinking about the future I'm going to make with you.
You're an eyewitness, Alexis. You just heard my brother admit to attempted murder. I think you'll agree, as district attorney, it's my obligation to arrest him and subpoena you.
How about your obligation to turn yourself in for the crime of setting Sam up with false evidence? Or better yet, why don't you arrest yourself for kidnapping, false imprisonment, and attempted murder? Because that's what you did to Carly and more. Am I right or wrong?
You lied for Sonny once. Are you going to do it again, Alexis? When you get put up in the witness stand, though you're supposed to tell the truth? You can deny this conversation ever happened? Let me ask you this. If Sonny is successful in killing me, are you going to turn a blind eye, or are you going to thank him for actually getting me out of your life?
I don't think you should kill him. I mean, is it really worth giving up your freedom?
If it means protecting my daughter, absolutely.
On ABC.
And no more questions about me. You're the one who's been preoccupied ever since Michael and Morgan left here.
What? What do you mean?
Admit it, Nicholas, you are nervous about Spencer making his acting debut as Baby Jesus in the Christmas pageant.
Well, you admitted that there's a lot that could go wrong.
Such as?
Such as Spencer screaming his head off because he's scared of all the faces around him. Or one of the other children tipping over the manger. Or Michael being responsible for Spencer for all the above.
Well,
Come
listen,
on.
there are going to be lots of adults nearby, and I'm sure that they'll let you play shepherd so that you can hover to your heart's content.
You'll be there too, won't you?
Yeah, are you kidding? I'm not going to miss it. I'll be cheering you on from the audience.
Gosh. I must sound so neurotic, huh?
No, you're just a first-time father.
I'm not sure there's a difference.
Don't worry. You'll be fine.
Okay, Spinelli showed you the picture of his grandmother's house. Just describe it to me.
We have been over this, Jason.
We're gonna keep going over it, Lulu.
Have you always been this relentless?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, that's right. You got in a car accident and wrecked your memory.
So right there, yeah.
Some people have all the luck. There are a few memories I wouldn't mind erasing. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get all weepy about Dylan the abortion again. I'm all about finding Spinelli. We're gonna drive around the entire town of Oakfield looking for a house with a tree and a porch. We'll find a few hundred of them and narrow it down from there. Sounds great, it really
Can you
does.
just describe the photo again? Exactly.
It is a house with a porch and a tree and a car parked in front of a stupid sign.
What sign?
Windsor Farms. What? I told you this before.
No, you never mentioned a sign before.
What do you need?
Stan, check on Windsor Farms in Oakfield, Tennessee. Okay? It might be a subdivision, it might actually be a farm, I don't know, but see if you can connect it to Spinelli.
Don't take this the wrong way or anything. I'm not about to join your fan club or anything. But if you weren't such a weird, mute mobster person, you might actually make a good detective.
Edward, I'm not 16. You can't order me home because you disapprove of my behavior.
You are still my granddaughter.
And Lorenzo is the father of my child. Now, if I want to move in here with him, that's a decision that I get to make.
Don't you remember last summer you were so desperate to cut this man out of your life that you ran away?
Well, I've changed my mind.
That is patently absurd.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but I think it's very important that Lila Ray know her father.
There must be some reason that you're here. He's keeping you here, isn't he? Now, look, if he's blackmailing you...
Edward, you heard Sky. This is her choice.
You don't have to take this, my dear. The family will protect you from this criminal.
With all due respect, you're in my home.
I am speaking to my granddaughter.
You are not taking Sky or Lila Ray from this house.
Christina needs her mother. You're too sick to fight Rick for custody or anything else.
Oh, so you're gonna murder your brother and explain that it's just trying to protect Alexis
Okay.
here?
Rick tried to kill Sam and Jason. And I don't know if you know this, but he's working with Alcazar. And when Christina saw Sam shoot Diego, that was Rick's doing.
I'm sorry, did I tell Sam to run? Did I put the gun in her hand?
No.
Did I tell her to pull the trigger?
Sam
Sonny?
shot
Did I do
Diego in
all that?
self-defense, Alexis. It wasn't her fault that Christina was watching. As a matter of fact, it was his fault for letting it happen in the first place.
Wow, it must be really great living in your world.
You would do anything to defend your children, right?
Yes, I would.
You stabbed Alcazar's brother, am I right?
He ran into
I don't
the
care if you
knife.
ran into it, but you were doing anything to defend your children, right?
Yes.
Why shouldn't I do what I have to do to protect my daughter?
You want to protect your daughter. Make peace with him. You know what, guys? I gotta be honest. I'm just too nauseous right now to listen or to watch the two of you fight.
See, so I'm supposed to just smile and wait for Sonny to make good on his promises.
Here's the thing. I don't really care how much the two of you hate each other. I'm just going to go with the fact that you love your children more. So for their sakes, neither of you can kill, arrest, harm, or abuse the other. Call a truce. Support your children. Support me.
You know, I asked you before if you'd turn a blind eye if Sonny were to actually kill me, and you said nothing. So am I to assume that you want to see me dead?
You want me to leave? Then you'll have to throw me out.
I have no intention of laying a hand on you.
Oh, of course not. No, you have your thugs to do your dirty work.
Grandfather, I don't need protecting, okay? I'm here because I want to be.
You are lying, and we both know that.
I am not being forced into anything, okay?
You are.
Now, whatever I happen to think about Lorenzo's business, it's not the only thing that defines him, you know?
You are deluding yourself, my dear.
Lorenzo happens to love his daughter. Now, he has promised to be a good father, and I believe he has every right to live up to that promise. And I believe with all my heart that he will put Lila Ray first, and he will do everything within his power to make a good life for her and for us.
You must have some reason for seeing this through. And although I heartily disagree, I can see that you've clearly made up your mind.
I have.
Well, you're in for a rude awakening, my dear. I only hope you don't go through too much pain and suffering in the process. And remember, when all this is over, you're welcome back home.
Did you mean what you said?
I have no idea. But I do know that we are setting ground rules right here, right now.
Shouldn't you be working?
In case you haven't noticed, there's not many customers.
Yeah, but when has that ever stopped you? You could be, I don't know, scrubbing down the counters, refilling the salt and pepper shakers, grounding the tile in the bathroom.
I don't know, Maxie. Maybe I just don't really feel like overachieving.
What happened? You were fine when I left.
It's nothing. I'm just being silly. So, would you like some milk? Some calcium would be great for the baby, or maybe a little orange juice, catch up on your folic acid.
Look, Georgie, I understand why you might not want to tell me what happened. My life's kind of a train wreck in slow motion right now. And usually I'm a little too busy resenting you for being perfect to realize how you might actually feel. But for some reason, the stars are aligned or something, and I can see that you actually have problems too. So why don't you bask in this rare opportunity and take advantage of my sisterly attention? Spill.
Dylan stopped by.
And he acted like a total jerk, right? Going on and on about scrappy little Lulu and all of her drama.
No, he was actually wonderful, which is what made it even worse.
I can't believe that resident made you wait for an x-ray. I mean, doesn't she know who you are?
Well, she does now after you ran down my whole resume. What's the problem? Hurt my hand.
How?
He got it caught in a bowling ball.
Sounds like you two had a pretty interesting night.
You could say that, yeah.
Let me take a look. Oh, sister, I'm getting a tequila buzz off your breath.
I only had 5.
Well, looks like it's broken. You can't save until we see the x-rays. You know what we used to call that? The moron fracture. See a lot in hot-headed young guys who slam their fists into walls and jaws trying to impress babes.
Whoa, I am not a babe.
Okay, you sure?
Yes, I'm totally sure that. It's the house and the porch and the tree and the sign. God, we should be detectives together.
Okay.
Spencer and Morgan, no case
Just stay here. I'm gonna go check the property.
Whoa, 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 I just solved all your problems. Spinelli's gonna be in there. You'll get him to admit to dummying up the evidence on the flash drive. You'll get your girlfriend out of jail and save your name, all because I have an amazing memory.
Just stay here.
What are you gonna do? Run around the side,
no,
break
you
in
don't
and
need to-
grab
you
him when
don't
he's
need
not
to- You
looking?
don't need to worry about what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take care of it. Do I need to tie you to the steering wheel?
No, you don't need to. Just
Okay.
go. Go. I'm staying here.
What do you want?
I'm looking for Damien Spinelli.
I don't want to know your business, Lorenzo. But I won't be lied to. I know you're a criminal. So you don't need to make up stories to cover what you're doing. Just say it's business, and I will know not to question you any further.
Fine. That's reasonable.
Needless to say, Lila Ray and I will only be staying here as long as Lulu Spencer is safe. If I hear she's in any kind of an accident, if she's harmed in any way, my daughter and I are leaving.
Sky, I never wanted to hurt Lulu.
But you tried to anyway, didn't you? And how did you justify it? Oh, yes, you had to protect your family, so much to your regret.
I will stick
Lulu
by
was
the terms of
expendable.
our agreement, but just so you understand, my son is dead. And the people who are responsible, they're gonna pay.
What do you want with my grandson?
Oh, actually, it's personal. Your grandson and I are very good friends, so I need to talk to him.
Any particular subject?
Like I said, it's personal.
I bet it is. Does my grandson know he's about to become a daddy?
For a little while tonight, Dylan and I were like a postcard of the people we used to be.
A postcard is in a picture of someplace fantastic, or is in only room enough for a short message?
Both. I guess. All I know is that it was someplace wonderful. Someplace that didn't last very long. Dylan had come back to apologize for getting angry with me and storming out. That seems to happen a lot. You know, I don't really understand how we went from understanding each other completely to barely communicating.
Maybe Dylan stopped listening.
Maybe, but that's not completely his fault.
You're right. It's mostly Lulu's.
I can't help but wonder, I mean, what if there was no Lulu? I feel like this would still be happening, like we're growing apart.
Georgie, are you giving up on him?
We're slipping away from each other, and it makes me sad, it really does, but just when I think I might be okay with that, a night like tonight happens, where he helps me bust tables and reviews a movie that he's just seen and makes me laugh. I miss the way Dylan and I used to be. I just never thought we wouldn't be like that forever.
The irony is that I made the same mistake with both you and Sonny. I wanted you to be who I wanted you to be, not who you really were.
So you assume with your input and your guidance you were going to turn me into somebody who was more acceptable to you? That seemed to be a constant mistake for you.
You are so smart and articulate, and you really can be kind and thoughtful and very sympathetic. You just have this unfortunate ability to rationalize some seriously sick behavior in order to get what you want.
And Sonny doesn't?
Well, he's just more straightforward about being amoral. I mean, he'll come right out and tell you he's going to kill you if he doesn't get what he wants. You know what? I just don't feel good enough to deal with it right now, so I'm going to have to ask you to go.
You know, you just had a second round of chemo. You may want to have somebody come here and be with you.
I'm all right. Just go, Rick.
Okay, you hold it like this. Okay. And you stand up straight. All right. Your child's just been born. It's the happiest day of your life. You look up in the sky and you say,
Look! Yonder! A heavenly host of angels!
Yonder. I don't like yonder. I think yonder's way too stiff. Yeah. How about you do this? Look! Up in the sky. It's a...
Superman.
Okay, fine. You can stick with yonder, but you know what you should do? Cut heavenly host. It bogs the whole thing down. Look! Yonder, a band of angels. That's great. Isn't that great?
Mom?
Yeah, no, you might not want to cut Heavenly Host. That was St. Luke. You might not want to rewrite that author.
Fine.
You're doing a really good job, Michael. Seriously.
You are. I'm
Doing
just
a
trying
good
to
job.
make it a little bit better, but whatever. Okay, what's your next line? Say your next line.
Play, drummer boy.
Play your heart out for baby Jesus. Come on.
All right, Morgan, go.
Of all the gifts brought to the baby Jesus, yours is the one that made him smile. Because it was given out of love.
Yay!
That is going to be the best Christmas pageant the Queen of Angels have ever had.
Yes, yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. And thank you, Jax.
For what?
Well, you kind of made the pageant really cool, and I've been kind of a jerk. And, okay, I don't really want a stepdad, but if I have to have one, I'm glad it's gonna be you.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks. I really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate it.
Welcome.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
So why are you holding a golf club and he's got spoons and there's a pot there? What's going on?
We were rehearsing for the Christmas pageant.
Oh, I get it. A staff for Joseph and a drum for the drummer boy.
Yes. This is going to be cool. Jax had talked Nicholas into letting us use Spencer for baby Jesus, and he had also talked Nicholas into giving a big donation.
That's great.
Very.
You know what? I need to talk to your mother for a second, alone. That's all right.
All right, you know it's late. Upstairs to bed. Go. Give your dad a kiss goodnight, please.
Come here and give me a big hug. Come on, buddy.
Bye.
All right, buddy. See you guys.
Bye.
Morgan.
Good night.
See you well.
Give you guys a moment alone.
It was a hug, okay? That's it. Doesn't mean that Jax is gonna take your place. It's good for Morgan to get along with Jax. So if you're gonna try and sabotage it, don't even try, okay?
There's no way you're gonna marry Jax.
Did you see Michael and Morgan's eyes light up when they saw the tree?
I think it was the candy canes on the tree. They each walked out with 3 apiece.
God, it was so nice having them here.
Yeah, we should do it more often. And I'd like Spencer to be close to his cousins.
Even though Jax is marrying Carly.
Listen, if you had asked me last summer what I thought about Jax being in my house, I would have said I was being generous not having him charged with kidnapping.
And now?
And now, well, I don't know. As they say, time heals old wounds, I guess. I mean, after we fell apart and Courtney died, I thought that was it. I thought any happiness I might hope to find was behind me. And then I found out Spencer was mine, and now this. It really is more than I expected, Emily.
Yeah, life has a way of surprising you when you least expect it. Speaking of surprises,
What?
this one, I think, is for you. Open before Christmas. See?
What did you get me?
Oh, it's not from me. It's from Santa.
Diego and I were finally getting to know each other, and I just keep asking myself why I waited so long.
Lorenzo, you can't blame yourself. You had no idea what was going to happen.
I had so many chances to be a father. I squandered them all.
You didn't even know you had a son until Diego was grown.
I just didn't do enough for Diego in life. But I can honor him now. By making sure that his death counts for something.
By avenging it.
And by making a better life for Lila Ray. And that begins with us.
Don't make any assumptions, Lorenzo.
Sky, we can't continue the way we're going. We have to build a better life for our daughter's sake. And I don't know what that looks like in the end. I'm just asking you to keep an open mind.
You and I need to talk.
You're pregnant, aren't you? And you want to tell my grandson he's going to become a daddy.
Hey.
Now, who are you, young man?
I'm my brother, Lucky.
We're sorry we showed up so late. We came from upstate New York, and it took a lot longer than we thought it would.
Well, good for you to make this trip with your sister. She was just telling me about...
Oh, yeah, she knows that I'm pregnant. She figured
I assume you're here to make sure my grandson does the right thing.
Well, I just want to talk to him, Mrs. Spinelli, but he can make up his own mind about what he wants to do.
Well, you should have thought that through before you got pregnant by my good-for-nothing grandson. But it's done. Now we gotta think about what's best for the baby. I'm really impressed with you, young lady.
Well, thank you, but I didn't...
Most city girls have no sense of values. They find out they're in a family way, they just go right out and get themselves an abortion.
Well, Patrick did break it, but it's not bad. You'll have to refrain from defending someone's honor for a while, though.
How long will it take to heal?
Well, that depends if he can keep his hands still.
It's my father's polite way of saying no more surgery.
Absolutely no more surgery. You're going to need a practical nurse to help you get dressed and keep you from overdoing it. You need to let that thing heal.
That won't be necessary. I'll take care of him.
Nicholas, Emily, Spencer.
To hang by the fire so Santa can bring us lots of presents.
Well, thank you, Santa, but I already have everything I want. My beautiful son, and you.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm here on official police business.
I suppose I'll have to get used to this.
Have you found Spinelli?
It's not my problem anymore.
Well, I beg to differ. Spinelli is the only person who can deliver the proof that I framed Jason Morgan. I think maybe your men want to find him first.
And if they don't, you'll be replaced as DA, and I'll buy the next one.
Don't make the mistake of underestimating me, Mr. Alcazar. I let you crawl out from under your rock because you were of use to me. Now, as I see it, you have a great deal to lose here. You have Sky, and you have a new baby, so why don't you just stick to the plan?
My plan is simple. I want Jason and Sam dead.
Then we're on the same page.
Yes. And call me when it's done. they found Spinelli. And if Jason isn't there already, he will be soon. And at that time, we'll take care of them both.
Hey, you don't have to go through with this.
As long as Granny thinks I'm pregnant, she'll let us wait here for Spinelli.
I can handle it some other way.
It's a scam. I'll be fine.
Well, Lulu, it's obvious that you've been raised right. You got a nice, good old-fashioned sense of values. So many girls in your position wouldn't think twice about the father of the baby. They'd only be thinking about what's best for themselves. Sugar?
Yes, thank you.
I can't say that I'm very happy about this turn of events, but I'm glad my grandson had the good sense to find you. You've accepted this. You're ready to be a good mother.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Excuse me, there's no way I'm gonna marry Jax.
Yeah, that's right.
This is my life. You do not have a say anymore. I will marry whoever I damn well please.
I just got back from seeing Alexis. She got me to agree to keep a truce with my brother. For Molly and Christina's sake, there's no way I'm gonna put my children through that kind of situation.
Comparing me to Alexis and Jax to your psycho brother.
Jack's living with my children. I cannot do that. I don't think I can do that.
Jax loves Michael and Morgan, and guess what? They love him too. Your boys accept him, and it's time you accept him.
I'm not gonna let Jax take my kids away from me any more than I'm gonna let him take you.